What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? I am so sorry I didn't drop nothing for you guys. Yesterday I'm a little behind this week, as you can see. I got a new do, and anybody who's ever had braids, I got my braids done yesterday. Got home, my head was fucking killing me. So I ain't really feel like watching TV. I ain't feel like doing no videos, so I apologize for that. I am going out of town this weekend, so they're gonna probably be a little slow. Monday night, Sunday night videos. Gonna probably be a little slow because I'm not gonna be home, but y'all know I'm gonna try to work it out. With that being said, here go Chasing Atlanta, season 3, episode 5. I know I'm behind. I said I was gonna catch up, but like I told y'all, I had the little sinus thing working. That was messing with me, and then I went and got my hair done. So with all that being said, here we go. Alright, so Chasing Atlanta. This is episode 5. I feel like my last review sort of branched over into episode 5 a little bit because I already talked about the fact that Oliver and Kendra sort of made up. They kind of came to some sort of meeting of the minds. Sometimes all you can do is apologize whether you think you're wrong or not, just to move on. And I feel like that's what Oliver did in that situation. It was like, look, if I offended you, if the way I handled the situation was wrong, I apologize. I never meant to shade your event. I really like your music, and I'm done. Like, there's no buts to it, no commas, no nothing. Like, my bad. Yeah, I already discussed it. I'm not doing that again. Then we see Oliver at his house. He invited Kendra over and Jaylon over. So again, as a little peace offering to brunch. Shout out to Reese G making a little cameo in Chasing Atlanta. If you don't know, you better find out. Reese G, he's the producer of the Chasing Dallas. I don't want to say it's a spinoff, but part of the franchise. And very much part of the Atlanta scene. But he lives in Dallas now. So he was there. And come to find out, him and Oliver are friends. They know each other and they're cordial. They're cool or whatever. It seems like Reese was throwing a little bit of shade at Cameron. Because Cameron's name came up. And Reese was like, who? Whenever somebody's name came up and somebody's name come up and you hit them with the who, that's a pretty good indication that you don't really rock with that person. But I don't know. That's an assumption. I ain't trying to put nothing in nobody's mouth. I'm going to leave that right there. So, at that brunch, they just basically reiterated the whole invitation to Miami for the T.S. Madison show. They kind of went through that again. So, there's that. We see We Were Born having a little meeting. They're talking about their website and doing some things with their business. It wasn't really a whole lot with that conversation. We saw them call Jaylon and reach out to Jaylon about the whole Miami trip. Because at first We Were Born, what's his name? Jawan is the, because it's a guy and a girl. And I think Jawan is the guy's name. And I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. But he was like, I'm not really feeling that energy. I'm not really trying to go to Miami with that smoke. Like that's bullshit. Like, I don't need it. I don't need to deal with it. I don't need to experience it. Like, it is what it is. But Jaylon was kind of like, look, y'all need to come. We're going to stay at our own spot. That's when he was getting on the whole, I think it was Fontaine Blue is what I kept trying. I knew I kept saying Cardon Blue, and I know that's fucking wrong. The Cardon Blue is a goddamn sandwich. And a school. Isn't it the school? The cooking school in France, the Cordon Bleu. But it's also a sandwich that's really good. Anyway, so Jaylon sort of talks them into coming or what have you. And I'm like, okay, cool. So everybody gonna go to Miami. What I love, and shouts out, I didn't say this in my first couple of reviews, but let me just say this right here, right now. Kevin Burns, and I always forget the second producer. It was just on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, shouts out to stepping up the quality this year. The sound is good. The storylines are good. It's not all over the place. We see where we're going. We see a storyline. They're even throwing in a little away trip like we do in our other little reality shows. So everybody's going to Miami. It's just a matter of who gonna go with who, what clique is gonna be clicked up, and how everybody gonna roll. But everybody going to Miami. But I'm excited to see some Miami stuff, and definitely excited to see how they incorporate the whole situation with T.S. Madison and everything. So then we see them go to the studio. Kendra and Jaylon are in the studio. We hear Jaylon sing. Then we hear Kendra sing. They're singing, instead of Can You Stand the Rain, New Edition, they're singing Can You Stand the Pain. Now, the verse that Kendra dropped, fire. The singing side of it, that's not your ministry. Your ministry is the lyricist. Singing ain't your ministry, boo. No. So there we got that. But then Oliver comes through, and we hear Oliver sing. Now, we've heard Oliver rap, but now we hear Oliver sing. If you're not familiar with him, you heard him sing. And Oliver, okay, he sounded pretty good. Shaylon was over in the corner was with a little attitude. She was like, I don't understand why Oliver's here. This is my time to shine. This is supposed to be about me. She coming up in here trying to take my shine away from me, and I got a problem with it. Who invited her and why is she here? I said, oh boy. Jaylon was a little green over there in the corner, especially since I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna be shady. All right. Last but not least, again, this is not gonna be a long review because the episode ain't really give me a lot. Plus, I felt like I talked about the first 20 minutes. I feel like I already talked about on the last review. So sorry, y'all. It ain't gonna be a whole lot with this. But the last scene, we finally see the showdown. The showdown between. Oh no! Rewind. I did miss another scene. We see Oliver and Q at the gym together. Now, Q is a gym rat. If you follow him on social media, he jogs every morning, even when he's like on vacation, and he goes to the gym. So he's a gym rat. This is what he does. Oliver, not so much. So that was cute to see that little whole dynamic of, Q getting it in, and Oliver kind of like, how does this machine work? It was cute. But then when they got done working out, they had a conversation. So, they had to rehash what happened at the brunch. And, Oliver was like, I don't understand, why all eyes were on me. Like, I don't even understand how that whole thing went down. He was like, but, people making it seem like I'm the only one with beef. He was like, what's up with you and Cameron? Cameron wouldn't even hug you when he came up in there. And, Q was like, you know what? I'll be so happy just to get this whole situation, like just resolve the situation. I really wanted to talk to Cameron at the brunch, but then and Kendra came in and everything went left and I didn't get a chance to really say what I needed to say. But at this point, I really want to just finish this up and let's resolve this issue once and for all. Like, I really have a problem with people putting my name out there. I went out of my way to go see him when I was on my way to go see my son. I took time out of my schedule to see him before I left town. Specifically, sorry y'all, the thing is on my ear. It's hurting my ear. Specifically because I knew he was struggling. I've had family members that have suffered with cancer. My grandmother, I think he said his grandmother died of cancer. And if she did not die, then I apologize. I do not want to put that on her. But I know he said she suffered with cancer. And he was like, so, I don't take that lightly. I don't play those games. And I ain't never said nothing about paying your bills. I said I came to see you. I said I came to spend some time with you. But I ain't never said nothing about paying no bills. And as far as trying to get camera time, I don't need damn camera time. Like, that's what I do for a living. I'm on camera all day, every day. I'm good. So, Oliver, so they kind of just talked about that. And, how he was just ready to have a conversation. So, fast forward to the end of the episode. Gardini is there. It's the first time we've seen Gardini since he got out of jail. He looks good. He done went and took care of what he needed to take care of. Gardini gonna give this to you. Had his hair dyed and had his beard groomed and he had on one of his little outfits and he was looking cute, And he sort of said that he had some stuff for Jaylon. And Q was like, well, look, I ain't trying to get in it. Like, I'm cool with you. I'm cool with Jaylon. I tried to talk to Jaylon. He didn't even want me to be friends with you. He basically wanted me to try to pick a side. And I told him I'm not in it. I'm not picking a side. I'm not taking sides. So he kind of put Gardini on notice as well as Jaylon to say, look, whatever y'all got going on, that's between the two of y'all. I'm not in it. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Then we see Cameron walk up. I'm sorry, I forgot to say where they were. Q was hosting an event for Rico Chappelle, who I've heard that name before, but he's a designer down in Atlanta. And of course, some shade was thrown at Cameron about what a real designer looks like and what real fashion shows look like. Those little shots were fire. So we see Cameron walking up with a little glass of champagne in his hand, honey. And of course, Q was like, well, who the fuck invited him here? Like, what is he? What is he doing here? And they proceed to sort of hash it out in the back. First Cameron was kind of being a little, how y'all doing kind of thing. And then he said, well, look, let me just go on and say this because I know you busy. Let me just go ahead and say what I have to say. And so he went on to express how he was upset that he felt like Q was going around saying that he paid his bills and he took, kind of took care of him while he had cancer, whatever. And, Cameron expressed that he was pissed off about it. It upset him. It bothered him because he was like, ain't nobody take care of me, and it made me feel some kind of way like I was a charity case or something. And for it to come from you, I thought we were cool. I thought we were, building a friendship. So for it to come from you, it sort of, bothered me a little bit. And Q's thing was, did you hear it from me? Who told you I said it? And when it was said, why didn't you call me and say, yo, Q, what the fuck? Because again, if we were friends and if we were building a friendship and becoming cool, why didn't you feel comfortable enough to come to me or call me or text me and be like, yo, I heard some real messed up shit. I need to talk to you about it. I cannot get this thing. Ew, that braid right there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But he was like, why you didn't say something to me about it? Like, we are cool. We were friends. So why couldn't you come to me and talk to me about it? Come to find out, Gardini told Cameron because Devon told Gardini. So Gardini kind of threw Gardini in the mix, and Gardini was like, well, hold up. I just repeated what I heard. Like, I didn't say you said it. I told him that so-and-so, that Devon told me you said it. So it was a he said, she say, and then come to find out Sky ain't even on the show no more. And Q was like, I don't even fuck with Sky. Like, why? Me and Sky ain't never been friends. Why would you listen? He was like, why in the world would you take the word of people I don't fuck with that I said something about you when you could pick up the phone and call me yourself, text me something, send me a smoke message? And so that's where Q's point was. And I agree 100%. Here's the thing. Everybody don't stand in their shit. Let's just go and keep it real. People say and he kept using the phrase, throwing a rock and hiding your hands. People do that shit all the time. They throw stuff out there. They say certain things about people. And then when they get confronted with it or they get faced with the reality or the truth, then they don't have nothing to say. Then all of a sudden it was, well, I didn't say that. I don't know where could they have gotten that from? But Q don't really seem like that kind of person. Q seemed like the kind of person that's like, I said it. My bad. Or that's how I felt in that moment. And even if you didn't know that about Q, if Q was your friend or somebody you were cool with, you should have felt comfortable enough to go to him, ask him about it without first having an attitude, being pissed off, and assuming that's what he said. So it seemed like they sort of came to the conversation ended real cool because this conversation carried over into the next episode. So I'm going to leave it there. Seemed like that came to a happy resolution, but Gardini was kind of on the sideline like, look, I'm trying to play peacemaker. I'm trying to let everything smooth over and be cool because if I really wanted to blow this shit up, I could throw some more shit in the sauce that could really take this to another level. But I'm trying not to be messy. I'm trying not to be that person this year because, Gardini last year would have been like, well, I heard and so-and-so said such and such and such and such and such, and here go the receipts. But he was like, I'm trying not to be that person this year. I'm trying to be better. So I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let them go ahead and be cool. He was like, but I know Q, and I know that Q might be, like, glad that they talked it out, but they ain't best buddies again. And I don't think, no, that takes a while. Like, you can get over something and forgive somebody, but being best friends again or going back to where y'all were, you got to build up to that shit. So anyway, y'all, that was Chasing Atlanta Season 3, Episode 5. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And I believe Episode 6 dropped last night. I can't tell you when I'm going to do that one. I started looking at the episode. I'm about halfway through the episode. So, I'm going to try to drop it tomorrow. Talk to y'all later. Peace.